Alright, today's topic, talking about being a car nerd, car geek, car enthusiast. Maybe you could be all of those. This is my Abarth. I consider this a car nerd car. On a little mountain drive here, really nice drive. I have my GoPro ready. Let's talk about this.
Okay, finally set up the GoPro. Few attempts there. I wanted to set it on my driver's side window so you could see the dash, and the road, but I wanted to go cinematic, but it was too bouncy. So we're gonna go with a boring mount right here. Let some vans pass here. Camp Crystal Lake. What reference is that, honey?
Camp Crystal Lake. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, Friday the 13th. It's horror, yeah.
Alright, get a little revving action there. The vans in front of us are slow, so let's just enjoy this drive. Good looking drive. Lots of nice little turns. Perfect for this car. Putting it in fifth. I could coast in neutral right now. Okay. So in September, this channel's been around for 7 years. And a few of you have been around for all 7 years of this channel. Appreciate you guys very much. I geek out about cars with you all the time, and that's today's topic. Car enthusiasts, car fans, car geeks, car nerds. Could you be all of those things? Some people are one of those things, some people are all of those things. I like to think that I'm all of those things. So I've been lucky enough where this channel has made it possible for me to pick up an extra car. And of course, one of the reasons I was excited about that is because I do enjoy talking about cars a lot. And it was cool to be able to share another car with you guys. So my decision was I was going to get a Geo Tracker as a project truck, something, manual transmission, tiny 4x4. I was going to spend like $3,000 or so for it. But I decided to go with this 2015 Abarth because I've never owned a new car before. Like, I've never owned anything like 3 years old. Everything I've ever owned, my lowest miles car I've ever bought was my 03 Z06. That had 68,000 miles when I bought it. This car had 35,000 miles when I bought it. My Z06 was, I want to say 13 years old at the time I bought it. So car geeks versus car nerds. This car literally has two fans. I like looking at my YouTube analytics, and I made a video about that. This car only attracted 2 subscribers, and every time I post a video about this car, I lose subscribers. I actually had one of you apologize to me. One of you said, I'm not digging your Fiat at all. It doesn't interest me, and I'm sorry. And don't apologize for that. Person who apologized for that, don't apologize for that. You're not interested in the car. And as unpopular as this car is, I'm still going to make videos about it because I geek out over it. And I think that's the difference between a car geek and a car enthusiast. Well, not car enthusiast, because some people, they buy cars to get attention. Like, if you look at my very first video here on YouTube that I uploaded, I was talking about cool cars that you could buy for $10,000 or less. And that was 7 years ago, so the cars I listed, they're probably $5,000 now. But like I said, I just like to geek out about cars a lot. But I know there are some people on YouTube, and you've seen some really big channels, they buy like an exotic car every week. And those are obviously the people, like they got the bank account for it. And then there are some people who don't quite succeed here on YouTube. Like, you got your channels that do really well here on YouTube. Like, they'll buy a new car every week and some exotic car every week. But then you got your people who went on YouTube, they're not really into cars, but they're buying a car to get attention. Like, we got a lady sitting with us right now. Honey, do you know the difference between a RT Challenger and a Hellcat?
No, I don't.
It's about, what, a $20,000 or $30,000 price difference. It's a Challenger, basically.
So it's the same car, but one's upgraded, or what?
One has like a really crazy engine in it.
Okay.
And a lot of guys on YouTube, I noticed, they'll get a Hellcat, or, you know, they'll get a top of the line vehicle, just to get people's attention, because it is what it is. You know, I'll admit, you know, when I take my Z06 out, every time I take it out, I'll get 1 thumbs up at least. If I go to a mall or something, someone will talk to me about the car, and it's cool. You know, I'm not gonna say it's not cool. It's pretty cool, but it's not why I have a Z06. It was just my dream car. But then I understand there are some people, they'll get really nice cars to get attention, to get, you know, they'll upload it on YouTube or put it on Instagram because they want people to talk to them and be really impressed with their car. And you know, that's human nature for some people to you know, get attention, right?
Right.
But, you know, you want to fit in, and if you got the coolest car around, then you figure all the car guys are gonna flock to you and say, "Oh my God, you got a Hellcat."
Yeah, but it's gotta be people who actually know what it is too. Because like somebody like me, I'm not gonna flock to someone because I don't know what car it is.
And that's what we're getting to, honey.
Yeah, so
this
it's
is the impromptu video. So you're the very first person I told, and I know you probably remember the day. Like, we were just friends at the time, and I said, "Hey, I just got a new car. You want to see it?" And do you remember your reaction to this car?
Oh yeah.
What did you say?
It's a baby car.
Did I get my feelings hurt?
No.
And the guy who apologized to me, you know, he's someone who leaves comments to me every so often. He apologized and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not digging your Fiat at all." And that's the thing about car guys. I'm not hurt by that at all. That's why I even told the dude, don't apologize. You know, I like the car. And if someone happens, like, it's cool because I actually know exactly 2 people who bought a Corvette because of my YouTube channel. And that's like crazy. It's crazy that the way I talk about certain cars, like 2 people bought the exact same car I did. And then like my van videos, that's the most popular videos on my channel, my van stuff. And I have so many comments from people telling me, "I want to make my van like yours. I got this solar panel because you have it." And that's really cool to me. So, you know, I got this car because I really liked it. It's like I wanted a really fun daily driver, you know. It's economical. And you know what? It's like I made videos of it because I said, you know what? If someone happens to enjoy the videos I make about this car, then cool. You know, maybe one day someone will say, "I got an Abarth because of your videos," you know, because I watched your videos, like, and I've gotten that before. People tell me they've watched my videos like 50 times and they wanted the same car as me. So me making videos about this car, honey, if you see, I mean, seriously, what were you thinking when you saw this car? Like, what was your impression of me when I got this little car shaped like a shoe?
Oh my gosh. I was surprised because, you know, you talked about the Corvette, you talked about your van. So, yeah, to go from like a Corvette to this, it's a big difference.
Did it ruin my image as a human being or a car?
No. You had your reasons for getting the car.
And you said that.
Yeah.
I remember you said that too.
Yeah, you've got your reasons for the car, and probably, my guess, automatically I thought it's gotta be good on gas. Or I figured because it's probably like what do you go, a commuter car?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I figured, anyways.
And as you've gotten to know me and as we've dated, like, do you see reasons now even more?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting one for myself just for that same reason.
There you go.
And personally, I don't. Oh, this is a nice car. But before, like, I didn't care for Fiats. I just thought they're small and they're kind of ugly. But I don't know. This edition, this is nice because it's got a little sporty look.
Nice.
Because most of the other Fiats are just kind of, I don't know. It's just a car. That's it.
Yeah.
They're not very appealing. Just a simple car is what it is to me.
The normal Fiats,
yeah,
the commuter
normal
cars,
ones, yeah.
city
What
cars.
is that, like 500?
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, this one's got a little style.
It pops.
Yeah, it's got that pop, and it's a fun ride. It is.
I got the pop there,
it's
but
a nice car. The interior is nice too, despite what we were talking about earlier. But
yeah, it's kind of cheap.
Yeah,
I'm saving that for a different video, though.
But just for the looks, it looks nice.
Yeah, but that, you know, that's the reason I asked you. Did it change my image as a human being? Did you lose respect? And I think a lot of people, you know, do buy cars because they want to enhance their image. You know, they want to win people over, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to buy a Hellcat because, you know, you want to impress people, if you want to impress the dudes, then go ahead and get a Hellcat. That makes you, ultimately, what makes you happy, and that's why I bring up the person who apologized in my comments that, because I kind of make fun of this car. I said it's the car that loses me fans. every time I upload a video, I lose fans. I lose my subscribers. But then they weren't my friends to begin with, because there are van videos coming. You know, it's just, I'm a Mickey Mouse operation, and you know, I get what I can. And for me, I geeked out on this car. It's something I really wanted, and I was like, yeah, if I was looking at YouTube, for YouTube's sake, I should have got a Geo Tracker. Honestly, I should have got a Geo Tracker, made that a build, kind of like make that a build project sort of series. Because this car, obviously, it's a newer car, so it's, you know, I'm not doing anything to it. I'm just doing little vlogs on it. But if I got like a Geo Tracker or something, I would have, you know, I would have painted it black like my van. You know, I would have made a video about that. I probably would have put a lift kit on it, like little things, you know. And then I say to myself, I should have got a Nissan Leaf probably too. Like, if we were going by like YouTube views and YouTube income potential, I should have got like a Nissan Leaf or something, because this car doesn't have any viewers. I think my most viewed video for my A-Bar series is probably 360 views, around there. Not even 400. I don't even have 1,000 view video yet with this A-Bar. Yeah, they must be going to Camp Crystal Lake. Like, it's a little shuttle van.
Yeah,
it's a nice.
It's a holiday weekend too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's spring break too, so it's a lot of people on a vacation right now.
So, car geeks and car guy topics. What am I getting at here? I think if you're a car geek, you're gonna like what you like, and you don't care what other people think about you. Like I said earlier, every time I take my Z06 out, I'll get one person giving me the thumbs up, or if I park somewhere, someone will talk to me about the car, or if I'm at a light. And a lot of times it's an older gentleman, like, who had like a 60 Stingray once, and they're like, oh, I remember my Corvette, I miss having one. You know, I'll get that sort of conversation. Exactly one person has talked to me about this car. My coworker talked to me about this car, but I think he was just being nice. He said the car's neat. He's trying not to hurt my feelings. But exactly one guy. We're at the gas station. He had I think a BMW 7 Series. Anyway, I was getting fuel, and he just told me, hey, those A-Bars, they're like Ferrari engineered. You know, it's like owning a little Ferrari, like, on a budget. Those cars are so cool. Do you know the history of that car? I'm like, you know, and I chatted with him. I said, yeah, I totally geeked out on it, because, you know, I didn't know what an A-Bar was. I just saw this car, I liked it, and then I just started looking up what an A-Barth was. And A-Barth, I believe it was Carlos A-Barth, was a race car Italian driver who souped up Italian cars. So, you know, that guy obviously knew what you know, he knew that. So exactly one person ever has talked to me about this car. It doesn't get looks. It's not like, I'm not impressing anyone with this car. I don't think I am. You think I'm impressing anyone with this car, honey?
No. I mean, unless they're like other fans, like A-Barth fans.
Like the one,
like
dude.
the guy, yeah, that you ran into.
So, and that's what I'm getting at here. Car nerd. That was a car nerd, I think. For him to have a Beamer too. So it shows me this guy wasn't all about his Beamers. He liked to look at other things. So I think that's a car nerd. When you stop someone with a freaking A-Barth, a car no one cares. You're talking to me, man. I have a shoe-shaped car, and you're talking to me at a gas station. You're a car nerd, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. So, do you think you're a real, true car enthusiast? What's your opinion on it? Are you a car enthusiast if you just buy cars to impress people? Is that a car enthusiast, or are you just trying to show off? You're just buying top of the line because you're hoping all the dudes will like you.
I think it's a little bit of both, actually. I think it's a little bit of enthusiast there, but it depends. I mean, just to show off, is to show off.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you want. If you're just looking for attention, then yeah, you definitely want to just show off.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why you're buying it. Because I would think more of an enthusiast would be a collector too. Like, you buy it because it's something you really dig.
Yeah. See, that's how I look at it too. And I want to make a video series about this someday. It'll be a fun video for me and you to do together. I definitely want to do this drive on my Z, but I haven't seen any Corvettes actually. But another thing, when I drive my Corvette, 8 out of 10 people, if you run into them, they'll wave at you. They'll acknowledge you.
Yeah.
It's called the Corvette wave. My theory on why 2 out of 10 Corvette guys don't do the wave, I think those are guys who really want a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, but they can't afford it. So a Corvette is the nicest car they could afford. That's my theory on. And the guys who wave their arms out, you know, if they have a Corvette, those are the fanatics. Those are the guys, they'll drive a Corvette even if they were millionaires. Like Jay Leno. Jay Leno has like 6 Corvettes. He could afford whatever he wants, but he still drives a Corvette. To me, that's, you're a Corvette fan, just for the sake of being a Corvette fan. So yeah, that's how I look at it also. And that's a video series I want to do someday. Those are, I think the guys with the new Corvettes, the 2014 and newer, I think those are the guys who kind of, not everyone, I don't want to judge everyone, but I think a lot of the C7, which that means the new Corvette, I think a lot of those guys jumped on the bandwagon because the new Corvette kind of looks like a Ferrari. It's fancier. You know, like Corvettes were kind of crude until the newer Corvette. They're a little more European now. So a lot of people who wouldn't buy Corvettes in the past picked up Corvettes now. And a lot of these guys in the newer Corvettes, they're not waving back. So I think that they really wanted a Ferrari, but they could only afford a Corvette. So yeah, I think there's like, you know, I guess, yeah, if you got the money and you're gonna blow 80 grand or, well, I think Hellcats are not 80. I think that's the Demons 80. I think the Hellcat's about, I want to say 55 to 60, and then, you know, your regular Challenger is like 25. So that's a big premium. 25 to 55. That's a huge. So I think, yeah, even if you're just buying a Hellcat to impress the guys, it's you're still spending a lot of money to impress the guys. So there's gotta, you're right, there's gotta be some sort of enthusiast in you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To spend that extra 30 grand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even though it's just to have guys pull up next to you and say, oh my God, you got a Hellcat. So
it must boost their ego too.
Exactly. And like I said, I'm not gonna lie, like when people say nice car, it feels good.
Oh yeah. It's a compliment.
Exactly.
Compliments are always good.
But you know, I don't think that's why you should drive a car, you know. Like I said, this car, exactly one guy.
No, I wouldn't.
Exactly one guy has talked.
My bank for that.
I think that, like I said, if I wanted to go for YouTube views, I should have got a Geo Tracker, because, you know, the off-roading culture is really strong right now. I have spots to go off-roading, and I think that would have been a much stronger series than the Abarth Chronicles. So ultimately, at the end of the day, just drive what you want. But, you know, like I said, I think that's the difference between a car nerd and car enthusiast. And then you got you could be both, but then there's your car enthusiasts that they won't drive something like this. I think you're a little of a car nerd and a car enthusiast if you're gonna drive something like this just because you geeked out over something like this. I think that, and I'm gonna be elite here. What do I always say you should drive?
You should drive a stick.
Drive a stick. You gotta drive a stick. It's just more fun. Yeah, modern automatics are faster than their manual counterpart, but it's just way more fun driving a stick. Like, see, this car right here is not the fastest car in the world, but this is where the fun is. It's not about the speed. It's just about the corners on this. How this car takes corners is freaking amazing. So that's part of being a car enthusiast to me. It's not necessarily about horsepower. You just enjoy the drive.
And shifting gears.
Shifting gears, hearing the engine. Alright, that's some good turn action now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, car snob, someone or they could be extreme. You either only buy the most expensive cars, and like you'll never look at something like this. You know, this is just what's that piece of junk? You know, this is a little putt-putt.
A disposable car.
Yeah.
To them, probably.
To them, it's a disposable car. Yeah. Or you got your guys who are like first on race day. What does that stand for, honey?
I have no idea.
Ford, oh. Gosh. Yeah, first on race day. They say like that. Or Mopar, no car. Mopars are Dodges. Okay. So, you know, they just say, like, you know, they wear apparel.
Yeah, I've seen that. I know somebody who's a Mustang fan.
See, honey, I don't wear apparel.
Oh, I'm glad you don't.
See, as car guy as I am, I don't wear like first on race day. See, if I would wear apparel for this car, it would be Fix It Again, Tony. It hasn't broke yet. And I think that's another car nerd thing to do. You buy a car that you know has a reputation for being unreliable. And that's what this car is. This car's fun. This car is very fun. This is probably one of the most fun I've had with this car right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, these turns are fun. Like the secret, honey, is listening for that tire squeal. That's when, like, that's your warning. You're reaching the limits of adhesion. No tire squeal yet. And we're ripping down through this. I'm just in neutral. I'm just coasting down this. No need to really rev it up. It's a good turn. Yeah, no, it's so nice.
I like it.
Yeah, having so much fun right now.
Oh, yeah. And it's so scenic. It's pretty.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of what being a car guy is, car person is. You drive just to drive. So yeah, I didn't buy this car to, like I said, I didn't expect to get any attention out of this car. It's just a car to geek out over. And for my friends who have been watching me for 7 years or so, it's like, oh cool, this guy's talking about another car. Because I'm just a Mickey Mouse operation, like I said. I can't talk about new cars every weekend. I wish I was like that. And if I were, you know what kind of cars I would be talking about? One of my dream cars right now, Nissan Leaf, honey.
The electric car?
It's a freaking electric car. That's the anti-like car enthusiast car.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. This drive is making me like this car even more. So what are